What's up, guys? Welcome back to the $1 Million Challenge, where I start off with $1 and work my way up to $1 million by gambling. And if you're new here, basically what I'm doing is I'm starting off with $1, trying to get 1% profit every single day until I end up at $1 million with a stop loss of 4% each day to prevent myself from going too far and losing some of the balance. We're doing a bracket challenge within the $1 Million Challenge. So let me pull that up real quick and show you guys where we're sitting at. So we did a couple episodes already. We did 2 episodes so far. Today we're doing these 2 strategies. You can go head to head. We're gonna see which one's better, which one we have different different variables to see which one does better. And then they'll move on to the next round. So we're just doing round 1 now, trying to figure out the best strategies out of these 16 strategies to get on to round 2, and then we'll compete and see when we have a winner. So that's what we're doing. We're doing a challenge inside the big challenge. Pretty sick. Little community challenge with people from the Discord community. So if you want to join the Discord, links in the description to join that. But we're gonna roll with what we got today and get on with some gameplay here very shortly. I'm gonna show the bonuses first. Okay, so since the last episode, I claimed a few bonuses. I think I had a monthly bonus, I think a weekly bonus, I got some rake back, and then I think some other sort of July bonus or something too, like a subscription bonus that the website's doing. And then I have a little bit of gameplay from an outside casino app. I use a bunch of different casino apps, and I claim bonuses. This one's just like a wager $1 every single day, and I get some sort of crate that drops like a free bonus. Yeah, it's only a couple more seconds on this, pretty short one, but I'm only showing these now that are, if it's anything over $2 that's added to the bankroll, I'll show it on video. Anything below $2, I'm not showing that anymore. And that is it for the bonuses. Pretty simple there. And let's hop into the tracking sheet and we'll get on to our strategies for today. All right, so we are sitting at $1,158 in the bankroll. Massive bankroll. It doesn't sound like a huge bankroll, but starting off with $1, pretty darn big. Pretty big come up from $1. Last episode, we had some crazy wins. We had over $100 from the last episode that paid out. So we're sitting pretty good right now. We're sitting really good. Like I said, we're sitting at $1,158. So that means our 1% profit goal for today is $11.58. And we're going to use $46 as the bankroll for both these strategies coming up, and they're going to compete, and we'll see which one does better. So for today, we're running a dice strategy and a roulette strategy. 2 different games, so it's not the same thing. Spice it up a little bit, but pretty straightforward. So I'm going to show you what they look like from the Discord where they were left. So these were submitted in the Discord. We're gonna run the dice strategy first. This one's pretty simple. I know my face cam's blocking a little bit of it, but it's not that much. So basically, this is a 66% dice strategy. It's a win chance on 66%, and then when I lose, I'm gonna martingale. So just double up the bet, and then every time I win, I'm gonna half my bet until I'm back to the base bet. He said it. Let's see here. I don't know what this means, so I don't think I'm gonna run with this. I was so confused trying to figure this out. Maybe it's important, but he said the way he uses this is every 5 bets, I would roll over, bet again, and then after 5 bets, I would repeat it. I aim for 2% profit on the bankroll, and then leave a bit, and then start back up again. So we're shooting for a 25% gain, because we're using 4% of the bankroll to get 1%. So he only uses this for a 2% gain. We're going for 25% of our playable bankroll for today, which is a lot higher than what he does it for. But yeah, I don't know what the 5 bets is. I was a little bit confused on that. Either way, he says we should have at least 5 martingale progressions, and the bet size should be 0.5% of the balance. So we're gonna try out BKJ Adams strategy and see how it goes. So let me set this up and we'll hop into some gameplay. All right, so we're in dice on the website. Got it set up pretty simple. We're starting off with 23 cents. That is 0.5% of my bankroll for today, which is $46. And it's pretty simple. You know, I'm gonna run this manually. I think I could set it up auto, but I think I'm just gonna run it manually. I think it'd be a little bit easier, and I think I could play a little bit slower. So we just gotta rip bets. I guess I should be doubling up. Every time I lose, I gotta double up. And we're getting a lot of losses. Wow. This is crazy. Crazy start. So every time we win, we half it until we're back to our base bet. So to half this again. We're back to our base bet. So we lose, a double up. We win, half it. So he said it doesn't fully recover when we win. Okay, let's half this. This might take a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, double it up. This is getting a lot of losses. I thought this would be getting way more wins. This is crazy. I think we're getting pretty unlucky. Bring us back down in half. Double this back up. Half it. Half it. Double up. Double up. This is crazy. I guess this isn't, I'm thinking if I should modify this because he is right. It doesn't like fully recover. I'm thinking I would have to win a few times before halving the bet. That's what it looks like. So now we're back to the base bet where we first started. Okay. So we'll half it. Double up. Okay. And he said we should have at least 5 progressions, so that's why we're starting off with a very small bet to follow that. Looks like it's starting to work a little bit now. We've got so many losses in the beginning there. We're starting to get more again. Oh man, this is going deep. Okay. $14 bet. It hits. Okay, we're coming back. We lose that. We can't have too many losses now, okay. This is stressful. This is I thought this would be winning a lot more. Okay, keep halving it. Double up. Okay. Starting to stay in the green a little bit, which is nice. Getting consecutive losses does crush this, so we don't want to do that. We want to get like a loss and a couple wins. There we go. I'm gonna flip this to over because we just got a bunch of wins there. Alright, double this up. There we go. This is starting to cook a little bit. I'm gonna flip this again. Double it up. We'll bring this back down. Yeah, so I do these like manual strategies like this. I can't talk as much because I have to really pay attention to the double and up and the half and the bets. All right, we're gonna crazy another crazy loss streak here. Uh-oh, another $14 bet. Oh my gosh, can't double this up. And yeah, okay, that's pretty rough. I'll try to come back from this, but it's gonna be a tough one to come back from. Yeah, it's pretty much wiped. It's pretty much wiped. I'll just finish off the $2.70. See if we can come back a little bit. Nope. The loses. Okay. Yeah, this isn't working out too well. Okay. I'm gonna call it there. I don't even know if I played that right. His chart looks so much different than what I did. But I don't know. I think I followed it right, I'm pretty sure. Let me pull up this thing again. So that's what his screen looked like. Looks very consistent. Just keeps going up. Unless we just got a ton of losses. I'm a little bit confused. I'm thinking maybe this 5 bets thing is what I was a little bit off on. Every 5 bets I would roll over and bet again. Roll over. Every 5 bets I would roll over and bet again, and then after 5 bets I would repeat it. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's the difference. His chart looked like very, very simple. Mine does not look like that. Mine, we got torched. We barely even got like any profit. So yeah, pretty tough. At the end there, I was just trying to like do some big bets to come back, but yeah, that's an L. I'm gonna enter that in the bracket sheet and we will get on with the next strategy. Okay, so since that strategy busted, we did take the L for the day, which isn't the worst thing. We've been on a very good win streak recently, so I'm not too upset about it. I may have ran that wrong. It seemed like my chart did not match up with his chart at all. I don't know if I just got super unlucky or if I was just not running that right, but I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna count that as an L. If I couldn't understand it, I'm just still gonna count that as an L if it wasn't clear enough, but I thought it was pretty simple. I thought I did it right. I don't know. Either way, we're sitting at 1,130 after taking a $44 loss. I'm still gonna run the next strategy at $46 as a bankroll, just keep things completely even. So the next strategy we got here is all Prince and his roulette strategy. Somebody suggested this too before we actually start this challenge, and I like this idea a lot. Somebody said that instead of like, if we get 2 losers and figuring out which strategy did like less bad and moving them on to the next round, somebody suggested that we just take a strategy that already won but just didn't move on yet. So I think I'm gonna do that instead of, you know, moving on a loser. If we have 2 losers, moving on, like, you know, I'd rather move on like a better strategy, right? So what I can do is when the time comes, I can use our strategies that we've been keeping track of all their stats and see which one was the best performing that didn't move on yet, and then we can calculate who should be moving on to the next round that way. But that's only if this roulette strategy doesn't win. We'll do that. But I just want to explain that. That's probably what we're going to do going forward. But in the meantime, we're going to set up the strategy and see how it performs. Hopefully it's a win, and we can move them on to the next round. So let's check it out. Okay, so we got a roulette strategy from Prince, and it's pretty simple. It's an auto strategy. So basically what we're doing here, he's either gonna do it on dice or roulette, but we're gonna run roulette because that's the image he showed us down here. So the base bet's 2 cents for every $100. Again, I don't know if that's like the chip size or like the entire bet. So I'm gonna start that off as the entire bet. But the base bet is 2 cents for every $100, and we have about 50. So I'm gonna run with 1 cent. On loss, he says to increase it by 50%, which he later says down here 75%. But original increase on loss is 50%, but it's not enough to recover. We're going to use an increase on loss of 75% or more for 1K plus bets. Which I assume he means chips on that. Your goal is to have 15 number spread. So he shows us his optimal setup down here, and I just copied this exact same setup. So you're gonna pick a total of 7 black and 7 red, and then 1 unit on green, 0. So basically from the first dozen, you will pick 3 red and 2 black numbers. From the second dozen, you'll pick 2 red and 3 black numbers. And then on the third dozen, you're gonna have 2 red and 2 black numbers. So again, I just ran it exactly with what he set up here, that same pattern. So that's the optimal strategy. So we're gonna run it. Let's hop into the website here. Okay, So we got it set up and reset the live stats. Again, my base bet's gonna be 2 cents to start off. He said it's 2 cents for every $100. And again, I don't know if he means like chips. I think he means like the total bet itself. So this is technically 1.5 cent. So it's between 1 cent, 2 cents, 50 bucks, 100 bucks. So it might be a little bit risky compared to what he's saying. But yeah, we'll just see how this goes. So I'm gonna start the auto bet. I think on the one video, my noise is pretty loud, so I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. And I think we're good to go. So we got 2 cents, 75% increase on loss. And then the profit goal is, that's our 1%. Same as the last strategy, just keep things even. We have $46 in the bankroll. Let's rip it. Here we go. So I think this is like a little bit less than a 50-50. So we have 15 numbers covered, but there's 37 numbers on the board. So yeah, it's a 2.4x. And this might be a little bit aggressive, my bet size, but we need $11. So we gotta make this happen. So I'm gonna try this on instant bet. Let's this thing cook a little bit and see how it runs. Go a lot faster, but I'm just gonna let this go. If it's gonna bust, it's gonna bust. If it's gonna hit our profit goal, it's gonna hit our profit goal. Just a matter of how fast we get there, good or bad. So we'll see how it does. Seems to have a pretty good trend line so far. I'm sure this thing can get a lot of losses since you have a little bit less than 50% chance win. Covering 15 out of 36 numbers, 37 numbers, 15 out of 37. So definitely less than 50%, but obviously we're starting off at a 2 cent bet pretty much, like a 1 cent bet, 2 cent bet. So it does have a chance of going through a lot of progressions with a $46 bankroll. It's doing pretty good so far. Again, I could definitely see this busting the longer we run it, but I could also see this working out. Hopefully it works out since we just lost the last one. $44 hit is kind of large, but we've been on a good win streak. We had the $93 win on the last episode, which was nuts. So we're already to take some losses. It's bound to happen eventually. So I'm just already preparing my mind for it because I know it's gonna happen. Okay, nice little dip there. We came back from it. Okay, here we go. We're sinking. We're sinking. Oh my gosh. All right, this is starting to get crazy. This is starting to get wild. There's some big dips. I thought we were about to bust. I think that may have been our last bet before it busted. We're down to 14 bucks, 75. We probably could have did like 1 or 2 more actually. But let's not find out. Let's not even try to find out. Just see how this goes. I also had this idea too. Hopefully I can finish this without the strategy busting. That just jinxed it. Oh my gosh, again, the same dip. That's so scary. We're a little bit over a third of the way there. Either way, I was thinking, so we're doing a bracket style challenge, right? So like we're only moving on half of the strategies each round. I was thinking in the future, this would be a very long challenge, but to do like a battle royale type challenge, I think that's the best comparison of like modern terms, like a battle royale. So like say we have 20 strategies, we have all 20 strategies start and I'll run all of them. And then whatever wins moves on to the next round. Even if it's like 3 of them out of the 20, or if it's all 20 of them, they move on to the next round. We just keep running them each round and round and round until they lose, they're knocked out. So whenever they lose, they're out of the challenge. And then that way, it's just like the longest lasting strategy win. Because the bracket's just like, it's a lot shorter. And again, I'm only doing like 2 per video. It's gonna be a long challenge. But I think a battle royale style would be pretty sick, because that would be like the truly most consistent winning strategy. Like whatever one beats all the other ones. So if one strategy wins 10 times in a row, and then the rest only go to like 8 or 9 times in a row, that's like a true winning strategy that has the best long-term potential. That's the way I see it. So maybe we'll do something like that in the future. We have another big dip. Okay, we got that. Yeah, I might do something like that too. That would be a very long playthrough, long challenge. But I don't know, it's something fun to do. We'll see. I could definitely do more brackets in the future. So this is just kind of a test run to see how it works out. But so far I've been enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying the strategy, or the strategy bracket. It's so like confusing talking about it because we have the strategy bracket. I'm always playing strategies. We have the $1 million challenge. So we have like the strategy bracket challenge within the $1 million challenge where I run other strategies. It's just like, I feel like I'm just like saying all the same words over and over again. I'm driving myself a little bit crazy talking about it sometimes, but okay, we're about halfway there. We need $11.58. About halfway there. So far so good. We did two crazy dips though. That's kind of scary. We're halfway there. We had these 2 giant dips. I'm hoping we can just not get that again. Either of those. That's pretty deep. But yeah, so far so good. Starting to go on a big dip, and we came back. All right, nice. It doesn't look like a big dip compared to these other two. You can see that like there's some decent sized lines in there. This one might have a good chance of winning. If it doesn't win, we will move on. A previous winning strategy. I think that's fair. Instead of moving on a losing strategy, like I mentioned before. So I will explain that if that happens. But this one's getting pretty close. I think this might actually push through. I don't want to jinx it. Every time I like to start talking good about something, it proves me wrong usually. Yeah, $4 away. Definitely wagering a decent amount of money too, which is kind of good. It's always good to wager some money, get some wager requirements in there. Not that that's a huge part of the challenge at all, like the big grand scheme $1 million challenge. But you do get like little bonuses when you get to a new level. I'm not too worried about that. I think getting to silver was like, I want to say it was like $25. Maybe that's bronze. But either way, it's not like a huge addition to the bankroll. So yeah, if bronze was 25, then maybe silver was like 30 or like 40. It's not anything crazy for how much you wager. It's like 50 grand you have to wager. But it does add to the balance. So yeah, if you guys, I know I've been pretty much averaging like 1,000 viewers per video. So I assume that's like the same people coming back every time. I don't really like check the analytics on the YouTube videos that much to see if it is like returning viewers. But I'm pretty sure you guys are always like the same group coming back, at least from the comment section and the Discord and everything. It sounds like there's a tight or a decent amount of people that are like, you know, very consistent. So I try to explain very quick in the beginning of each episode like what I'm doing here, just for anyone that's new. But I don't think I'm getting a ton of new people, which is fine. I'm not super worried about it. But I know I reiterate like what the challenge is in the beginning of every episode. That probably gets old if you're always watching me, but I just figured that's good to somebody. The thing is, if somebody's new and they have like, this is like the first episode, they're probably like, what is going on? Like, I'm running a bracket challenge in this $1 million challenge. Like, I'm showing spreadsheets and like brackets and charts and stuff. I feel like it's a lot if you're not. That was a decent dip. We came back. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot if it's your first episode. You're probably like, what is going on? Like, what is this guy doing? So I try to do like a little brief explanation each time, just in case someone is new. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of returning viewers, which is cool. I would say this. I really have like a very tight community that returns and is like consistent, rather than like a huge community that's like not as tight. I think the Discord is a good metric of that. Like I always see the same names in there, which is so cool, and it's cool seeing you guys comment on YouTube and stuff. It's pretty sick. Good group of people for sure. All right, we're about $1 away, $1.50. I think we can pull this off. I got faith in this one. It's a slow strategy, but it's consistent. It's able to take some hits. Really right there. We need like 20 cents. As long as it doesn't bust like right now, we should be good. 10 cents away. It's cooking. It's got a ton of wins. Oh, sorry, we're dollars away still. I thought that we needed 10.58. We need 11.58. My bad. Bad math. But yeah, we're almost there. Should be good. We only need $1 from where we're at now. Okay. Alright. Starting to dip a little bit. Getting there. $30 more cents. I'm glad we took those 2 big hits in the beginning and bounced back instead of having to worry about that now. Let's go get that out of the way. And we should be done. We need 4 cents. Just to get the 1% profit goal. I guess I probably should have done it on here. Hold on. I was gonna go to dice, but I'll just do it on roulette. I think that's probably fair. Let's go to. Now, what is it, $1 million? I'm just trying to do a quick bet. Yeah, 4 cents. All right, on red. Can we get this? Not an auto bet. We missed it. Double up. I'm gonna martingale this. Oh my gosh. Watch this wipe out the entire balance. Okay, there we go. All right, there's our 11.58. That's what we needed. So that wins. Good strategy. A lot better than the last one, unless I messed up the last one, but this one was way easier to run. Pretty good graph there, pretty consistent. Obviously it takes some dips, but it's able to take a lot of hits, and we survive. So I'll print, move on to the next round, and let me log that in the bracket, and we'll move on to wrapping up the episode. All right, so all Prince's roulette strategy moves on to round 2. So far, out of 6 strategies we ran, only 1 lost. And that one, I think I may mess it up. I may have messed up that dice strategy today. I'm not sure. But either way, they've been pretty good so far, all of them. Yeah, everything's logged. I've been keeping track of all the stats down here. So we're keeping track of everything, just in case we need to come back to these in the future. Yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. And in the next episode, we will be running a roulette strategy and another dice strategy. So same thing, different strategies, but same game. So look forward to that. But just to wrap things up here, today, our balance, we started at $1,158, and we lost a total of $16 today, which isn't terrible. Just between taking that L on the first day from the strategy, and then we got the second day win and then bonuses and everything. So we only lost $16 today. That's not bad at all. After getting all these wins recently, I'm cool with taking an L after all that, especially that $93 win. That was huge. But yeah, so day 176 was a loss. Day 177 was a win. We'll take it. Yeah, we're doing really good though. Good stuff so far. So I hope you guys have been enjoying this. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, leave them below. Leave a like. It helps the algorithm out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Discord. The link's in the description. Hop in there. And yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate our support. And we'll move on to the next video and do some more strategies. So I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.